Hello from the dung heap, everybody. These are my friends. A lot of
Hi,
them.
friends.
There he is. Hi, sweetie.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
And we're live. Hello. SPTV. Good morning. Hello. Happy Saturday, everybody. Good to see you all coming in. Hello, hello. So, how is everybody doing? I wasn't sure I was going to come on today, but here I am. I don't have anything really profound to talk about. I just want to hear from you, kind of digest some things that have been going on, and refocus and move on. Right. What I said this morning on my title, I was like, well, I want to get real and examine my own why for being here. Right? People say, what's your why? Some people say the why is good. um, what's my why? What do I always think about when I feel like I'm getting off track a little bit? I think about in this space, I think about the second gens. I think about my own experiences and how I really want to keep spreading the word and creating awareness and doing my tiny part to bring down this cult and other cults and to keep people from being abused further. And this is what we always say. I know it sounds cliche, but it really is my why. And there's other I guess sub whys, right? Things that come up that we really feel like we need to deal with. And I got to tell you, if you haven't seen the interview that I did with George Massie, quote, literally no one. He revealed his identity yesterday. And I'm telling you guys, there's a new heartthrob in town. All the ladies, I love them some George. I think he was talking about signing some autographs in the chat. Oh my God. He is just a doll. And watch out. 2D Flowers, George is here. That's right. Oh my goodness. Well, George, among other things, was talking about the reason why he wrote that letter to Child USA. And the letter that he wrote to Child USA over a month ago got no response, but it was regarding Mike Rinder's position on the board. It was beautifully written. Again, if you haven't read it, it's on my community page. It's on Miriam Francis' community page. And I would highly suggest you read it. And George came on yesterday and he just shared his heart. He poured his heart out. He really poured his heart out. And everybody fell in love with him, I have to say, And so I was so happy to share him with everybody because I just think he's great. He's the greatest. So I was so glad that everyone got to meet him besides just being in the chat. And this isn't child's play. This is not child's play. We've got Scientology, right? They're evil. They think of anything that they can do to foil the plans, right? Then, unfortunately, you got, I hate to call it drama, but you got the mod gates and this gate and that gate, and then you have what many would call the controlled opposition, which there is a group of people, I think led mostly by Mike Rinder, that is trying to silence a lot of the survivors, namely the second gens. And one of the things that they do is to try to safe point certain organizations and certain people to protect them, right? And to twist things. So unfortunately, I want to show you something that happened yesterday. So right after that stream that I did with George, George sent me a message and said, and I know this to be true because I saw it on the site the day before on the Child USA website. They had a list of the events coming up and it was prominent. You could click on it and say, look at our upcoming events. Well, that had been taken down. But guess what? Guess what? Stay Spiria, another fabulous mod, she's amazing, had bookmarked it. So it wasn't completely deleted off the site, but it was hidden. So I'll show it to you. So there it is, upcoming events. And this is Child USA, the donate button up the top. Save our dates. Okay, guys, we're going to save these dates, all right? Click the links for details. We've got June 24th, which is next Monday. Child USA Golf Classic. This is in Trenton, New Jersey, the Trenton Country Club. Let's party. Meet us on the green at the preeminent championship course, Trenton Country Club in New Jersey for a Child USA Golf Classic. Space is limited. Reserve your sponsorship level today. Lunch, dinner, prizes. Visit the event page here. Purchase sponsorship. Okay. So George is planning with hopefully as many people that can join him to have a peaceful protest, just holding signs, not not necessarily having to say much. I mean, he might get a little spicy, a little feisty, and yell, "This is Poppycock," and I think he had some little chants he was going to say like "Pip pip cheerio." Mike Render's got to go, so we'll see what happens there. But hopefully, he or someone else can stream from there. I think that would be great. And so I'm just trying to catch up on the chat here. I want to start a few things as we go along. All right. Then I want to show you some other save the dates here. We've got, let's see, July 21st to 23rd. I'm not sure if George is planning that. That's in Nashville, Tennessee. But this one is Child USA Gala. Save the date. It's November 7th in Philadelphia at the National Constitution Center. If things don't change as far as their board makeup and they're just having their head in the sand about what they're doing here, to not advocating for the survivors of Scientology, the children of Scientology. I'm planning on going, and I've got quite a few people that have said they want to go with me. So yeah, we're going to party in Philly and have a peaceful protest and hopefully make some change. So this is part of the fight is to advocate for the survivors of Scientology. And believe me, I do have my eye on the prize. I do have my eye on especially getting the tax exempt status of Scientology taken down. But there's also accountability. And listen, I've had to account for quite a bit of things I've said in the past couple days. And listen, I haven't always been right. I know I'm not. But I got on at 1:00 in the morning. I was in rare form. I probably, showed some, bad qualities that I have, especially from quitting smoking. I'm a little bit bitchy, I made some faces. I wasn't always gracious. I let my frustration show. I let my emotions show. Um, but to be fair, I felt gaslit. And I don't use that term. Um, I don't throw around those terms, right? But I felt like, am I crazy? Am I speaking a different language? And am I from another planet? I don't understand what's going on. So for better or for worse, here I am. I'm as real as I can be. I try to be as real as I can be with you all. And I'll tell you, my why. There's one of them. Liz Ferris. I'm just looking to see who's in the chat. Hey, everybody. Poet. So good to see some familiar names and some new names. We got Karini all the way from Brazil. Good to see you. Oh, hell no. There. Pinche Becky, 0 F's given. I like the spice. I like that attitude. Constance June, good to see you. Keela McDonald. Marie. Eva Blue Eye, hello. And I want to thank you all for your comments, whether they're negative or positive or negative, towards what I've been doing last couple of days or last 12 months, actually. I do take everything into consideration. And I did get a little bit annoyed with the spam maliciousness of some of Ellie's flying monkeys with the other night in my chat. So just be warned, if you say something once, twice, 3 times, and I get sick of looking at your name, probably gonna get hidden because I can't be bothered. I do believe in free speech, but I also believe in not annoying the hell out of people with the same message over and over and over and over and over. You know, especially if you're not really saying anything. And that just, that just burns my biscuits. That said, I did not block JDSA. I still want to give him a chance. I still want to give him a chance. So. Oh, asking for autographs for George. Guys, no autographs. He's still just our George. Oh, George. Gary Mackey, hi there. Did anyone catch Poe and the gang last night? I was hurting from laughing. A much needed break from the heavy stuff. No, I didn't. But yeah, they are comedy relief. I was out. My boys had a gig last night, and I came in from the gig just in time to see Aaron was on with DOA, and then I didn't get to catch it, and something happened towards the end. They had to private it while it's being edited, and so I didn't get to catch that. But I did see some of him with Nora, and I'm glad that there's a lot of dialogue happening. I think it's healthy. It can be awkward. It can be ugly. It can seem like, oh, everything's just getting off track. But sometimes you got to stop and deal with stuff so you can move on. And I've been criticized for that since day one. Is why are you talking about this? And that's what I said the other night, is if some people come in my chat and say, let's not talk about this, you're free to go not talk about it somewhere else, and I've been seeing this on the Facebook groups. I've been seeing is the same people coming out and being like, talking about how people shouldn't be talking about things while they're talking about how they're not talking about it. Guess what? You're talking about it, and I'm just tired of the holier than thou thing. It was like, well, I'm not drama, but I see your name a lot. So if you're not drama, then what are you doing? What are you doing? So I had to get that off my chest. Oh, hey. Hey, Susie, good to see you popping on before watching the grands in the pool. Awesome. It's a little cool here today. I really do want to go in the pool. Really do. So just going down here. Yeah, that was so weird, guys. I was late getting on live because I went to hit live and it said traffic was high to wait 30 seconds or 60 seconds. So I kept trying and finally got it, but that was very weird. Is there a lot of people live? Well, I guess on YouTube in general, I would assume. Not sure what that was about. We got Kristen Larson. Good evening from Denmark. Yeah, I love this time of day because you get people all over the world. Yes, it finally worked. My goodness, I don't know what's going on. Kathy Scoggins, Seal Clap. Yes, Cub. Thank you for being a member. I'm so excited about all the. Yes, thank you everyone who has gifted memberships, who has become members. Really, really appreciate that. Liz Ferris. Oh, honey, thank you for the super chat. You didn't have to do that. You are amazing, Mama Bear. Don't let anyone get to you. Remember, happy Pride. Yes, happy Pride. So proud, so gay. Yes. Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Life. It doesn't have to be 1 month. I love it. Oh, Gary Mackey. I'm not sure what the deal is for Maryland's memberships. All the other channels I support self-renew each month, not this one. Just have a setting off somewhere. I'm not sure. This the first I've heard of that. Not sure what's happening. I can try and look into it. But thank you for letting me know. See what's going on. Oh. King's Kid, member for 1 month. Thank you so. We do seal claps here. And there's lots of emojis. I gotta clean out the emojis and do some new ones soon. And I got some videos to share. I just shared a silly short the other day of my dog. Yeah, I had washed their beds, my 2 Pomeranians, and my little one, Rocky, he decided to take the beds and just run the house with them, flip them around, and I was like, I just washed these. You're supposed to take a nap. It's nap time." But he was not having it, so I did a silly little short. MD Media 18, thank you so much for the membership. Welcome, welcome. I have a new cup. Awesome. And I love your channel, and thank you for all you do. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Oh my God, another one? Oh, J. Becky, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I have a new cup. And for those who don't know, for $2.99 a month, just I have only one level, and you get all kinds of emojis you can look up and use. And I rotate them a lot. And I do some members content that I put out first, and then I make it public, usually the next day or the day after. And yeah, I just am so excited to have members. I can't believe it. I just love it. All right, I'm just going through the comments. TN Treasure Finder, hey there. Keela McDonald, hey sweetie, good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, it's Saturday. Yes, I see a lot of people I don't usually get to see. So this is exciting. Hey there. Oh, now what? I love this handle. Oh, now what? I had this exact conversation with my therapist yesterday. The why of my interest and involvement with the second gems. A bit of deja vu here. Yeah, well, that's good to know. Thanks for sharing that, because yeah, I think it's timely, and it's also something I've found helpful is to, when things get a little bit, feeling like you're losing control or overwhelming, it's good to take a step back and think of your origins and think of the why. And things have gotten that way with the nonprofit at times that I founded, is you get a lot of personalities. We have 7 board members that none of us really knew each other. We weren't like besties or anything before we met. And I think that's good. It's healthy, because then we come from different walks of life and different perspectives. But there's been times when there's personality conflicts, or there's a split in opinion about the vision and all that. And I'm like, wait a minute, we have a vision. We have a vision statement here. And we go back to the basics, what are we here for? We all have this in common. We might approach it differently, but we all have this space. And it's very similar as far as people are so different. Like, we've got elections coming up in the US, and this country is divided. The US is really divided. And I think this is something that unites us. We all care about the victims and survivors of cult mind control, namely Scientology. So no matter what side of the aisle you come from, or the middle, or wherever, what country you come from, we all can agree that we want the abuses to stop. And what that looks like may be slightly different. And you know what? That's okay. As Natalie says, you do you, boo. You do you. And I was watching Dianetics, who I absolutely love, Marisa, who is a second gen. And she was talking about different things that she's gone through, and how her outlook on things like psychiatry has evolved over the years. And she was also talking about this whole anti-Scientology activism, this movement, and she's seen it all. And she's been there for like over a decade in this space, and not just SPTV, but the whole the whole protesting with anonymous and everything, right? So I was thinking about that, and the time that I've been here, only a year and a half, I have seen some, issues happen. We've had Listen, let me tell you something, honey. Modgate is this that's nothing new. It's happened. It's happened before several times. So what do? We just deal with it. Okay. This is an issue. Okay. This is what's going on. We're just gonna deal with it. Push your hands and move on and move on. So I have been I feel like I've been constantly just trying to explain to people where I'm coming from. I totally understand if people don't want to deal with stuff and they don't want to talk about it. That's fine. Don't talk about it, but don't tell me that I can't talk about stuff. And that's something that really burns my biscuits. It really burns my biscuits. Whether I'm right or wrong, I have a right to voice my opinion, and so do you. So do you. So, and that's why, they call it YouTube, right? It's you. You can tube. I can tube. Everybody. Everybody can tube. So, King's Kid, this is not for the weak of heart. Yeah. Fighting cults is it's not for the weak of heart. Just just getting out of one was so difficult. Was so difficult. Yeah. Controlled opposition, biggest concern. It is a concern. It really is. Just ask my inbox. It's gotten better because I think that I now that I've been talking since till I'm blue in the face, right? My blue in the face, guys, and just basically telling people they're trying to tell me what to do or tell me what to say or tell me what to think. It ain't gonna work. I think they thought it would work in the beginning, but it's not gonna work. So that's what I have to say about that. George Massey, the man of the hour, our fabulous mod, literally someone. I'm going to call him literally someone now instead of literally no one. If any of my mods or George, if you don't mind to uh, put your link to your new channel, literally no one, in the chat. If anyone hasn't checked it out, subscribe yet, highly recommend it. So George says, can you give a shout out to Nick Savage? He's my cousin in South Wales that reached out after yesterday. Oh, nice. Marilyn, you are reuniting families across the oceans. That's doing the work. Oh, I love that. Hi, Nick Savage. Welcome, welcome. That's great. I love that. So there you go, George. You have a family member in South Wales that watched you. And I have to say, he George keeps saying he doesn't want to make this a regular event doing lives, but he's got the personality. I think he's got that it thing, the it thing. He's a cheeky chappy, really funny and very passionate, and he really poured his heart out. I'm very, very proud of him. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Liz called me this morning and I'm like, oh my God, I feel like hell. I look like hell. And I don't know if I'm going on. I don't know what I'm going to say. Blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to get in the shower. And we were joking about how, like, everything just gets like when you get in the shower, like you sing, you sound great, and your thoughts come to you and all that. So yeah, uh, I had an Englishman, a proper British gentleman that I knew years ago that had seen me kind of like, just rolling out of bed and everything. And then I got dressed up for a party and he's like, you scrub up right nicely. So yeah, I tried to scrub myself up a little bit. Okay. Oh, now what? Comment. I never heard of an effort to get Mike Rinder removed from the Child USA until he mentioned it. Thanks, Mike Rinder, for bringing it out into the open. Yeah. Um, okay. Well, I don't want to. I've talked about this so many times, but I feel like there's been this attitude, and he did say this to me in an email. It was like, oh, well, none of this came up until we kicked Aaron off the board. Well, maybe that's true, but once Aaron was off the board, for whatever reason, you could speculate, many of the second gens started to come out of their shell. And I would think that it would probably be because now that Aaron wasn't on the board and they were friends with Aaron and they felt free to voice their opinion, controlled opposition again, right? Controlling the narrative. All of a sudden, we started hearing things like Debbie Cook, she's not the best thing since sliced bread, after all, you know? Um, and Shelley Miscavige. Where's Shelley? She's pretty much where she wants to be, you know? And then we found out some real captives, real people that we could say, where are they? Where's Bob Ferris? Free him. If he's at Gold Base and he's elderly and he's being, possibly neglected, possibly abused, and he did try to escape at some point, is the belief, then why can't he leave? Where is he? Why can't he talk to his daughter? Those are the questions to ask. There's been people asking questions, such as Miriam. What did you know, Mike? Just because someone didn't ask that 10, 20 years ago doesn't mean it's not a valid question. So they're asking now. So they didn't ask before, but they're asking now. Why is he on two public charity boards that are there existing to help, among other things, uh, survivors of child SA, right? When he admittedly was the head of OSA, which had programs designed to cover that up. And Matt Pesh has admitted it. He has laughed about it. He has basically given the whole MO blueprint on it. And you heard that conversation, many of you. If you haven't, let me know. I'll find the clip. But actually, it's on Miriam's channel. It was a conversation, a phone conversation between Jeffrey Augustine and Matt Pesh. And Jeffrey was asking him point blank, you know, did you write the checks to move to basically traffic these children away from their abusers and handle these flaps without calling the police? And he said yes. And he said, well, how many children? He's like, oh, well, women, grown adults were raped too. It's like, what? And in my opinion, he should not be on the Aftermath Foundation board either. And and that's aside from the atrocious behavior that we've seen from Matt Pesh and Mark Headley, and especially uh, Sister Stephanie. I was just thinking, I was kind of chuckling to myself because when I talked to George yesterday on on this channel, on the stream, he was saying that I forgot the exact words, George, if you can let me know, but it was like when Miriam's story came out and she shared how Mike had treated her, that was the tipping point. That was this was George's inspiration behind writing that letter to Child USA. And then basically Stephanie Hutchinson, her behavior was like the rocket fuel that fueled him forward. So he said, if Mike has anybody to thank, it's Stephanie for doing this. So, and you know what? The more they can keep coming after, they can keep coming after Aaron for his personal life. They can keep coming after me and Nora and Liz and all of them. They can keep coming at the trolls and all that and the Mike Render stands. But yeah, maybe you should look at your leader, because this isn't his personal life. It's affected many survivors. And, we talked about, if you haven't seen the stream with George from yesterday, we talked about the look back legislation, the statute of limitations, all those things. You can review that. But there's lots of reasons. Hey, everybody, you got Scientology up north. Cat Grimmy, good to see you. Way behind. Cricket Cinema. Emma Slave. Hey there. Good morning. Loved it when you got angry and spoke your piece. Well, thank you for listening. I just had to get it off my chest. What can I say? Thank you. Mike Jesus. Hey, friend. Good to see you. So glad you're here. Glad you're here. Oh, my goodness. MD Media, thank you so much. MD Media 18, I should say. Gifted 5 memberships. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. I got 5 new Cubs. Yay. So if you get membership, please thank MD Media 18. That is awesome. Really, really appreciate it. All right. Hey, Vanessa. Good to see you. It's 3:45 a.m. Is that Australia? I'm trying to think where that would be. I can't sleep, but on the upside, I get to see you live. Awesome. Love you, Meryl. Love you too. I'm so glad you all are here. Hey, Joel. Good to see you. Anger and frustration build up, and it's human to react. Sometimes you just gotta let her go. Your anger was real. It is a good thing sometimes. Yeah, yeah. Just deal with it and move on. Right. Poet, the video with DOA and Nora was very good to watch. Yeah, I thought that was great. I didn't get to see all of it, but because I was kind of falling asleep, it was really late here. But I saw like half of it, and I thought that was very healthy for them to talk about things. They were talking about the tunnels. They were talking about some things that had been said that they clarified with each other, and it was very civil. And I like to see that, definitely. Constance June, I'm glad Nora was able to explain the tunnels. Liz also did a good job in her live. Yes. Yeah, they both had personal experiences with that. And it's good for them to explain it. I like that. Tazzy D, hey there. Silent protest is powerful. See images of Ione standing man protest in Turkey that went viral. Standing is a comment. Hmm. No placards, no shouting, no reason to be moved on by law enforcement. Yeah, that does sound very powerful. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, and in the 60s they used to have sit-ins. Was it sit-ins? They would just sit, and not move. They would not move. I think that makes a statement. Absolutely makes a statement. CB, the coercion and abuse of children is my why. The stories of the second chance are the proof. Absolutely. Absolutely. Evil Blue Eye, silence is violence. We should try not to silence each other. Absolutely agree with that. Absolutely. Yeah. And yeah, I'll go a step further. I feel like it was very soul crushing in the call to have to just go along with the narrative that you've been fed, and you didn't have a voice. So yeah, now that I have a voice, maybe I'm a little too loud sometimes. And it doesn't help that I haven't had any nicotine in 13 days. Tomorrow's 2 weeks. Tomorrow's 2 weeks. Tomorrow also, besides being Father's Day, it's also my 1 year anniversary for this channel. So I'll probably pop on in the morning. I think Duncan has a quick real estate appointment in the morning, and then so I'll probably pop on and talk about the past year, and then go see our kiddos because it's Father's Day. But yeah, it's exciting. I can't believe that it's already been a year tomorrow. Purple light, good to see you. Oh, did you see? I love the short of Rocky. Got to get your bed back to normal after it gets washed. Yeah, right. He's got to put his scent on it, right? Flip it back and forth and fluff it like fluffing a pillow. All right, that makes sense. Oh, wet doggo just climbed in my lap. Oh no. Yuck. I know. The other day it was raining and the dogs came in, and I said to Apollo, I was like, why do you smell like wet dog? And he's like, because he's a wet dog. I'm like, oh, okay. That makes sense. Hey, Sin. Oh, hell no. Also known as Simply Good. I'm not usually awake at this hour. Well, good to see you. Glad you're awake. Angela, good morning from Pensacola, Florida. Good morning. Getting ready for work. Yeah. All right, then. Pepperoni Nips, good to see you. There are so many gates, and I'd love to understand one or two of them. I'm so frustrated trying to separate them. Yeah, I mean, you it's probably don't bother because there'll be another one before you figure it out. But that's why I thought, let's just kind of pull it back in and say, okay, why are we here? Right? Just refocus. But also, not letting things go that can potentially be harmful as well. Right? Hey, playing catch up today. Hey CJ, good to see you. James still always coming with the jokes. Question: why do ducks have tail feathers? To cover their butt quack. I love it. I love it. That's funny. Marisa is awesome. Yes, she is. She really is. Still trying to catch up, guys. I'm flying solo today, so I'm just trying to pick out as many as I can. Joe McCoy, I'm just an old hick from the sticks, but I know it when I see it. And George has it. He does. He does. He's got the personality. Yeah, the ladies love him. That's great. George, did I hear maybe he'll go live again? I saw some invitations yesterday. George Massey. For me, it was a one and done, a one night only. Oh, jeez. But there's some hardcore peer pressure going on behind the scenes. Stay tuned. All right then. All right then. That's good. That's good. Oh my goodness, I got some new cups. Thank you, Vegas Andrews. Welcome, welcome. Steel clap to you. Yay. Thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness, Gary Mackey. Welcome, welcome. So happy to have you both. Thank you so much. Love it. I don't know why, but I keep thinking of this song, like, instead of I got a new cub. I gotta add some words to that. I got a new cub. Hey Sierra, good to see you. Sierra, CC, Marie, everybody. Bobby, hello from Kentucky. Hello from Vermont. Good to see you all. Pinche Becky, we marched in the UFW press with my mom in the 70s. I was so young and loved it. That's amazing. That's great. When after we left the cult, I really tried to expose my kids to as many opportunities to learn about life, learn about what was going on in the world, learn compassion, and because we we claim to be God's people and to have the truth, but there was no outreach, and so even to this day, when the kids, if we're out shopping or something, or especially around the holidays, right? You got the Salvation Army bell ringers outside with a little bucket, and my kids, they know we do not walk by there without putting something in the bucket. And so they still to this day tell me like, yeah, I got to give something. And now they got like the swipey Apple Pay thing because who carries cash anymore, right? But I think that's a really good point, is bringing up things that really put that fire in your belly as a kid. I think that kids are very impressionable, but they also have that very pure love that they want to help, you know. So I love that, thinking about the child inside of you. So, hey, Jen, good to see you. Ego next door, PhD. Congratulations on your PhD. Good to see you, Jen. Lady Jane out. My why, I suppose, is like Liz Farah said the other night. Once you hear and learn certain things, there's no going back to not hearing, right? Who two gens, oh, sorry, who second gens they deserve, yes, the why and the who, right? Second gens, they deserve justice. Absolutely. And how, whatever that looks like, I'm here for it. I really am. Ison, hey there. I experienced similar abuses like the ex-cult members, although a never end. I won't, a wounded soul notices their ilk. Yes, they're people. That is my why. I hear you. And that's the same with me. I mean, we've all been in something, right? And now we're out. No matter what it is. I mean, I always say this, but I think it's true. I don't think you can go through this life without experiencing some type of trauma, and having empathy for others really, I think, helps in healing as well. It really has helped me a lot. Nancy Alley, great to see you, friend. Bringing out the Rodneys and the Raymonds always make me smile. I love it. Yeah. Mama's got a brand new cub. Yay. Oh, yeah, we could do a lot of those. Yeah. Huey Lewis, yes. I got a new track. Yeah. Hey, hi there, Bob Coonrod. Good to see you. Good to see you. James Steele, Marilyn, your channel comes with a lot of variety. That's you guys spice. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I guess when people ask me what my channel is about, I mean, it is about cults and recovery, but also just life, community. I mean, I feel like we're a community, and we talk about timely things that are going on in SPTV, but also just in general in our lives. So it is very much a community. Gina Marino, you were highly present with Jay. I tried to be, and I'll say this, guys, is I I really try to not double down on, like, my position and things, double and triple down, because you know what? Who does that? Cults. But I was very upset the other night, and maybe I should have waited to talk to Jay because I don't dislike the guy. I really don't. I was highly frustrated, and I definitely was not objective. I wasn't being objective. I'll admit that completely. I This was not an interview. Uh, generally, I keep my composure. When I do an interview, even if I don't agree with the person, I'm not emotionally invested. But the thing is, with this Ellie thing, I mean, she had highly offended me 3 times, and she had offended my friends, and she was not was not budging at all, and was actually organizing other people to come against even some of the survivors. And that just pissed me off. And I feel like sometimes, silence can be golden, but it also can be like you're consenting to that. And if you have a moderator on a channel that is taking over and causing dissension in other channels and other people, and you don't say anything about it, or you're just like, well, just taking advice value and whatever. No, there's no whatever about it. So that's what burned my biscuits. And I mean, I hope at some point we can come to some kind of, middle ground. But at that point, I just couldn't compute. It was not computing. And some people had commented yesterday that it was rude of me to, quote, hang up on him. Um, maybe I did. Maybe that's what it looked like. Maybe I did hang up on him, but I did say several times that I was done, and I did say goodbye. And as I was pressing the leave studio, he said blah 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 blah, but it was already too late because I was already in the motion of it. So I did not mean to cut him off mid sentence, but I said goodbye, you know. And sometimes I think enough's enough, and I did not scream, fuck you, you asshole, blah blah blah. I didn't do that. But I was done. And sometimes if you try to explain to somebody, or you say, I've had enough, I need to end this, and they don't, then that's on them. That's on them. So I would also say that in this space, there's a lot of trauma survivors, including myself, and you have to think about your mental health, you know? You really do. And if someone is saying, "I've had enough and I need to stop this," then respect it. Respect it, you know? Um, yeah, if you say someone says, "Leave me alone," or "No," no means no. And I'm not saying, that way, but you know what I'm sure you get what I'm saying is if someone says, "I need a break," or "I've had enough, I can't talk about this anymore. This is triggering me," then, you know, I think you need to listen, especially when it's someone else's channel and you're a guest. So that's all I have to say about that. From a poet comment, it was the stories that made me jump down this rabbit hole. It's the stories and the people I've met, both ex Scientologists and never ends, that keep me here. Absolutely. Absolutely. And hey, Doctor Who Heather, 164 out of 305 likes coming. Yes, hit that like button. That'd be awesome. Please subscribe if you haven't. That would be amazing. We got Paula Bizak. My Y is growing up in Clearwater. Yeah, I can imagine. That is a very, very good Y. Absolutely. Sophia, hey there. My why is understanding how effective the buck stops here against every form of tyranny by living with a complicated history, so to speak. Yeah, and you're from Germany, so that absolutely makes sense. hmm Yep, the buck stops here. I get it. Sushiful, hey there, good to see you. Yes, stories are impactful. Absolutely, absolutely. CC, hey there. Modgate over the last couple of years has been a great learning experience for all us all. Yep. Yeah. Ison, I was listening while cooking, and I think why people didn't talk before Aaron Smith Levin got booted is because the gems bit their tongues out of respect for Aaron. Mike Rinder has a skill to do the exact wrong thing. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Diana Johnson. So sorry, Marilyn. Ellie had always been nice to me. I guess I'm the odd one out. That's okay. That's okay. And you're welcome here. And um, that's totally fine. I'm not asking anyone to jump on any bandwagon and be like, yeah, I don't like you because Marilyn said not to. I'm not telling anybody what to think. I'm just giving you the information. I That's good as she's nice. Obviously nobody is all bad. Nobody's all bad. And I don't know what her motivations are. I just see her actions. And quite a few of her actions have been deeply offensive in my book. So it's all good. And I appreciate that. This is interesting. DJ Nico, there's a term in narcissism called triangulation, where the bad actor plays out people against each other. To be able to do that, they have to treat some people nice to use people. Yeah, that makes sense. I hear you. I hear you. Janelle, it was rude of him to demand to be linked in. I thought you gave him an opportunity to talk and every right to be done. Yes, I did say in the beginning, I invited him. I said, hey, I'll send you a link. The thing was there was literally 500 people in the chat, and the chat was really going. And so it took me a while to get to that. And when I looked later, it was the same people. They pretty much screaming at me in all caps over and over and over and over. And when I looked at it, it was some of Ellie's, flying monkeys, if it wasn't Ellie herself. So I was like, that's calm the fuck down. I said, okay, I'm going to tell you something. Let me tell you something right now, guys. If you don't know me personally, if you know me personally, you know this is true. Is it takes me a while usually to commit to doing something because I think of all the things like, oh, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. But once I say I'm going to do something, 99.99% of the time, I'm going to do it. And even with coming on live this morning, unless I really have something I know I want to say and I schedule it the night before, I kind of play it by ear. And this morning I was like, yeah, I'm not committing until I did. So with Jay, I was like, yep, okay, I will. And if I said I was going to let him on, I did. Um, Also, I appreciate you saying that, Janelle, that I had every right to be done. Yeah, yeah, I'm done. I'm not going to be held hostage anymore. It just didn't feel like anything was really being said, you know? I really didn't feel comfortable. So, oh, Gary, oh, thank you so much. Gifted 5 memberships. Really appreciate that. Awesome. Thank you so much, Gary Mackey. That is awesome. Oh, it's funny. I had started this a while ago. This is funny. Oh well, now what? Well, what do you know? I'm right on time for a change. So glad you're here. Yeah, that was an hour ago. For some reason, I didn't read that one. But I had it starred. Hey, Janine Painter, finally caught a live. Thank you for being here. Nice to meet you. This is a good point. And I didn't pick up on that, but usually that's something that really burns my biscuits. The way he kept saying Marilyn was a tactic to control the conversation. You persisted in trying to find common ground, but it seemed like he was trying to dominate. Yeah, I don't like when people Marilyn me because it feels very controlling and condescending. And Duncan tells me it's also a sales tactic, you know, is to get your name and to constantly be using your name. That's just annoying. Marina, I thought the Y was Pearl Snappy. Yeah, that's another one. Yep, that's another Y. Absolutely. I love me some Pearl Snappy. Hey, Poe on the go. Hey there, friend. I heard that your live was really funny last night. I was out at a gig, but Constance June, one of the flying monkeys went off. Mm, crazy. Cubs beyond the march, we're coming for you, AA. Yeah. I don't think Aaron was playing the game, but in the very beginning, I had this kind of friendly, competition with him. I was like, "I'm coming for you. I got more Cubs." Caroline and Canada, Marilyn, I love looking forward to the Friday night concerts. I love last night's show. Another great one. Thank you. Yeah, the boys had a pop-up gig and I went live for a little while while I was there. Yeah, it was really fun. Hey, Pinche Becky, I'm capable of having one-on-one discussion, as difficult and loud as it may be. I'm not good at attacks. When I'm quiet, it means I'm done. Yes, I'm capable of keeping quiet. I hear you. Yeah, it's like sometimes, when you're quiet, that's when you got to watch out, right? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, quiet, I'm done. It's okay to be done. So, yeah. Um, I said Maryland me. Yeah, wasn't that what Brisker was doing? That was really burning my biscuits because we were in the middle of a conversation. It wasn't like he was getting my attention. Already had my attention fully. And I was the only one he was talking to. So that just, yeah. And if anybody's listening that does that, just please don't do that to people. Please don't do that to people. Yeah. Gary Mackey, I do yearn for the days when we seem to have a common foe. It was all going in the same direction. I personally liked watching Mike Mark and all, but I won't tolerate the division they're causing. Sad. I agree. Definitely. Grandma Matilda, hey there. Disturbing thought that she could change her name and start working her way back in. Yep, that is disturbing. I hear ya. Poe's working on the laser. Awesome. Hey, Liz, Gal. Good to see you, friend. Love you, honey. So glad you're here. Everybody's saying hi to the gorgeous Liz Gal. Oh, Joel, I hope your back's okay. Wife has convinced you to go to the ER. Mess up my back real good. But got the kitties rescued from danger. See you. Okay, well, I hope you feel better. My goodness. Marina, the Y is also Liz Gal. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Joel, please yes, thank you for saying that, Heather. Please feel better and keep us updated. Yes. We worry about each other. Definitely. All right. Did I catch up? I think I did. So I just wanted to, have a little heart to heart, just check in with you all and see where you were coming from. And I think it's good to just talk about things and kind of, debrief and decompress and all that. And yeah, I'm still trying to make sense of it all. And sometimes you can't. And sometimes you just, got to lay it down and move on. And I think we're doing okay. I think we're okay. I think we have a lot of things to look forward to and a lot of good. And yeah, I mean, there's going to be bumps in the road, but I do feel very encouraged. I feel very hopeful. I think that the protests are, even though it gets messy sometimes, I think that they are good. I hear Nora saying constantly that this whole movement with the protests has been the best thing that's happened in years, and I agree with that. It's like breathe a whole, new, fresh uh, breath of life into things. So I'm here for it. However messy it gets, and I will always have the backs of fellow survivors. And yeah, let's just keep moving. And sometimes you have to rest and reassess another day. Absolutely. Thank you for that, Anne. Always so much wisdom. Yeah. Yeah. And one of the last things I wouldn't want to see is for people to be discouraged and to just not want to fight anymore, not want to be here. And I think that breaks are good. It's definitely good to take breaks. And I've definitely taken breaks. Corn Freak, hey there, friend. George Massey, I want you to know I also loved your voice and want to hear more. Thank you, literally no one. Yeah. Yeah, he's just lovely, lovely, lovely chap. And if you haven't seen that video from yesterday, I would highly recommend it. Seriously, it's I think one of the best ones I've been involved in a long time. And I really appreciate George coming on. And I don't think he's going to get away with just a one and done either. People want to see more of him. So no pressure, George, but we love you. So yeah. All right. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple little things here. I'm not that organized. I wish I had more to show you, which I will try to go through my emails even more. But show you a couple of pictures. I'm going to try to get back on this, guys. Okay. This is from our friend Poet. I think this is Phil, right? Poet. This is Phil. So cute. Look at that face. I love him. And then I couldn't remember. I asked Poet, I was like, is this Phil or George? And he said that was Phil. And then he sent me a picture of George sleeping upside down. I think that's his head. And his little paws are sticking up. So cute. So cute. And a viewer named, I think her name was Dawn, maybe from the UK, sent me these. These are fascinating. And if anyone knows or has done these are little like crochet scenery that people crochet and they put them on mailboxes or post, what they call them, post boxes, post something. But yeah, they're on the mailbox. And what happens when it rains? I mean, do they just stay out there and get moldy? But they're beautiful. Look how intricate. And I've seen some of like Queen Elizabeth, and I mean, it's like amigurumi and it has like something on the bottom to stick on the post on the mailbox. Look at that one. Like an X-ray thing or like a hangman thing. Look at that. That's so cute. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be able to put those on my mailbox because a real big gust of wind or a snowstorm or rainstorm, hail, all that. But I just thought that was so cute. Just wanted to show you that. I'm sure there's like a real name for those too. I'll have to look those up. Yeah, Phil is so cute. So is George. Yeah. So just thought I'd show you that. If you have any pictures you want to show me of crafts or scenery, anything, pets, especially pets. And yeah, you can send it to coffeecultsandcrafts@gmail.com. And please put photo or photos in write or type that in the subject line because I get so many emails, so much spam that I have a hard time finding them. So if you haven't seen your picture that you sent me, you might want to send it again. And I'm going to try to get back on that. I want them to be safe inside after all that work. Yeah, that's what I would think. Yeah, you could risk someone stealing it too. That's definitely a good point. Absolutely. But also, just for some who were asking, I did get a post office box. It's in the description of my channel. And that's, yeah, for any, if you want to send a card, a letter, whatever, that's my new address. So I did get a box number. And the box number is 69, but I didn't choose that. Duncan went to the post office and got it. And I was like, why that number? Why didn't you ask for another one? And he's like, no one's going to see it. I'm like, yeah, I'm putting it on the internet. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So, oh, it looked like a parade float. Yeah, that's amazing. It'd be cool to do some scenery. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up. Does anyone know what there like an actual name for those? Oh, put plastic over them. That's a good idea. Good idea. See, I've needed a blanket. It took me 9 months and being a labor. It's a labor of love, isn't it? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I still haven't finished my making these because my husband's building a house and it's going to be an Airbnb. So I'm just making little things for it. So this is like a hot pad. I showed this the other day. I finished this one, like a cherry pie. It's like 3 layers. And then I'm still working on the blueberry pie. So I got to get that. I think I'll get that done today. But anyways, advanced yarn bombing. Oh, okay. Nice. I said 69. Hey, Marlene, did you hear that? That may give her a stroke. I know. Oh my goodness. Crazy. Oh boy. Some people would pay extra for that number. Oh, thank you, Vegas. Appreciate that. That is so funny. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here and tune in tomorrow morning. I want to just have a little celebration for my 1 year and anniversary. And thanks to everyone who has supported me throughout this year, all the channel members, the new members, new people that are subscribing. I really, really appreciate that. I got one more comment. Okay, I'll pop this up. Clara, hey there. Glad you brought up the FB pages, Marilyn. I thought they should be somewhere for supporters to express views, but the admins don't allow discussion, calling it drama. Very frustrating. I hear you. So, I like to have this channel be, the chat be a safe space to talk about things, and talk about things and move on, right? And yeah, anyone who was in the Mid Atlantic area that can get their tushy to what is it? The is it Trenton, New Jersey? And there's information. If you want to email George, it's literally noonesp@gmail.com for details. If you want to stand out there with a sign or bring him some snacks or just hang out with George, he can give you the information. And yes, we're going to fight for your right to party. Yeah, I love it. Yep. Fight for the children's rights, right? Fight for the survivors' rights. So with that, I will see you all tomorrow, and thank you for being here. Bye. Zenu, Marlene, everybody partake. Cheers. This is good coffee. This is why, my hubby makes the coffee.